tomorrow, as it will be at... No, I won't be going live tomorrow. I just want to let you guys know. No live stream tomorrow. We'll resume on Thursday. We'll be good with that. But I guess the two of you can know that we are not live tomorrow. Am I live right now? Is this working? I don't even know if it's working at the moment because Streamlabs says 0 viewers. But obviously, we got Gen G and Alien Head in here. So let me know if it's working. We're going to go through the market real quick, see what's happening so far today. We have got AMC, the top left-hand side of the screen. AMC is sitting up 1.16% right now, sitting at $3.04. GameStop, 23.38 right now, 0.51% lower. Shiba Inu Coin, 2.72% lower right now, 12.34 points per coin. We're going to hopefully watch that bounce back today. Solana, $122.99, up 123. We've got the NASDAQ sitting down 1.64% today. Pretty strong decline in the NASDAQ. I would imagine big tech stocks like Apple, Amazon, maybe Tesla, down on the day. We're going to get up there in a second. Solana, 123. Dogecoin, 16.3 cents. Shiba Inu Coin, 12.35. Ethereum, 18.82. Bitcoin, sitting at $81,571. The SPY, 1.17% loss. Darn it. QQQ, 1.70% loss. Darn it. Molinado, wouldn't you know? All-time low on Molinato. Send that CEO to Joe. And by Joe, I mean Joe. Sundial sitting at $1.58. Netflix, $928 per share. You get Tesla, down 3%, man. Was down to 222. Was down heavy this morning. Bouncing back a little bit. 222 to 229 right now. Amazon down 2%, huge loss. Apple down 0.25%, $213. And Soxel down about 5% of the day today, $19.82. Red everywhere, man. Red is the market is dead right now. And, yeah, maybe Streamlabs ain't lying, man. Maybe there really is 0 people in the chat because all of the markets are being destroyed. We might have to take a vacation from the live streams just to save our mental health if, you know, if nobody's going to be showing up and the markets are going to be dying every single day. DC is beautiful, but spirits are a little shook, to be honest. Yeah, don't go Alien Head. I was in the hood in DC middle of last year. Be careful where you go over there, okay? There's some sketchy neighborhoods around here, but holy crap, dude. You got to be careful where you go in DC. Like the actual area, this is like crazy to me. The actual area around the White House and all of that, phenomenal. I understand why those guys think that they're kings and queens and that they're above the rest of us, because that stuff is all like a palace, man. It's nothing comparable to anything that I've seen here in Ohio. It is beautiful, man. But dude, you go down around the corner, and yeah, I mean, there's like, I understand why these people look down on everybody else as little disgusting peasants, and stealing from us doesn't matter to them, because there's a stark difference in DC in the light and DC in the night, man. So be careful where you go in DC. Some of the places are pretty dang sketchy, and I would not walk down the street alone. That being said, don't walk down the street alone. Good morning, Pudgy. Glad to have you in here. He says, yes, I know. DC and New York City really well, so I totally agree. Yeah, I haven't been to New York City in a very long time. I was in DC last summer, and it is crazy, dude. It is crazy. Yeah. I did not like some of the parts of DC, but I didn't mind the other parts of DC. And I have probably not been in New York City. My gosh, dude, it might have been 2007. I forget, 2007, 2008 maybe. I forget exactly when it was that we went to New York City. So I don't know. New York City probably a little bit different than it was in 07 anyway. But I can imagine, right? And it's the same. I mean, it's the same way everywhere, right? You want to avoid the bad parts of town and stuff like that. But, dude, it was just such a stark difference in DC. Like, you got nice houses here. You got houses where people will, rob you for looking at them wrong and all that stuff. But, dude, DC, yeah. DC hit me. DC hit me. You guys, I don't know. They got to do better. Anyway, pretzels are good in DC sidewalks, though. Have you gotten some soft pretzels before? What are we talking about, Pudgy? I did not buy any soft pretzels, if that's what we're talking about, in DC. You could be very correct on that, but I would not know, man. Overall market today is down. How's your guys' sentiment feeling? Because sentiment is, strangely enough, up a little bit today. 25 extreme, oh, you guys can't even see it. 25 extreme fear. Yesterday was 24 and 22 extreme fear. Now, I would imagine that this does tick back down a little bit as the day goes on. So I believe the reading happens every 12 hours. I forget where it says, but I think there's 2 releases per day on the Fear and Greed Index here. So I believe this will have another reading, which I would imagine is a little bit lower later today. But yeah, doing a little bit better than yesterday at the moment, as yesterday was starting to tick back up. But it's price action causing a lot of fear out there. Sidewalk vendors. Yeah. No, I figured you meant sidewalk vendors, but we talking about like soft pretzels? I didn't have any of those. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have tested some. 11 viewers in here. Let me ask you guys, did you download Best Wallet using that link in the description that is pinned up to the top of the screen there? I hope you did. I hope you did. Love New York City. I have a little place by Columbus Avenue near Juilliard. Love New York City. Like, you own the place? Alien head. Own it, or it's like that's just your go-to, or you go. Listen, I would not consider myself a city boy whatsoever. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the traffic. I don't know what it is. If I just feel claustrophobic. I've never really been intrigued by big cities, by the stress, by, the traffic, all of that. Now, maybe it's something I could get used to. I don't know. But I have never considered myself a city boy in the sense that, oh man, I would have to live here. This place is great. No, it's more like, dude, this place stresses the crap out of me. I need to get back and see some green. That's probably my thought process on big cities, stuff like that. But if you look at the overall crypto market right now, guys, Bitcoin is down. Another one that we've been watching over the last couple of weeks here, Picoin. Picoin back down, testing that $1 price point. So if you look at it, not much support left for Picoin here. Obviously $1, nice and significant. But there's token unlocks happening this month. People may be selling. Obviously the overall crypto market sell-off happening. And Picoin may come back down to test this 50-60 cent level before it really finds footing again, if, of course, it can't hold the $1 mark. Obviously, $1, nice and significant, nice round. $1, everybody wants to hold it there. So we'll see what happens with Picoin, but no real technical support. You've just got the emotional support on Picoin around that $1 mark. Real technical support might come in down here at 50-60 70 cent level, and see if that holds up. But yeah, dude, brutal market action right now. What up, everyone? RSIs are down near the bottom. Yeah, Lonnie, man. RSI, I haven't looked at it on anything yet, but RSI down at the bottom. You get the Fear Greed Index down. Extreme Fear is the bottom. This is, and I don't know what the Fear Greed Index was back in like 2022, but lowest we have seen since 2023, at least, because that's how far back CoinMarketCap data goes right there. And it's just, dude, it's a situation right now that I can't necessarily explain. I get it. There are reasons people are expecting prices to drop. There are reasons people are afraid because of all of the tariffs and economic concerns and all of that. Potential talks of a recession. But, dude, is it justifiable fear? In my opinion, no. People shouldn't be as afraid as they are. So, I might be saying that just because I'm not afraid. But I am buying and they are selling. So, that's fine with me. Because one day, they will be buying and I will be selling. And when that day comes, it is going to be a lot of money. And I hope for everybody else in here that it's a lot of money for them as well. To answer your question, Clay, the market will be very volatile. Crypto will be very volatile, and I would recommend defense stocks and gold. Tesla will continue to go down. How far is it going to go down, man? Because I would love to buy some Tesla. Yes, I do own a little condo in New York City. Just make it easy for me, since I'm in New York City about 5 to 10 times a month. This dude travels way too much. Are you ever, like, is New York City your home? You're in New York City about 5 to 10 times a month, and that's your home? Because clearly the other, I don't know, 20 times a month, you are on the road. Back and forth to D.C., obviously going out of the country, a lot of different places that Alien Head. Where does Alien Head rest his head? Outer space? I mean, that's what I want to know. Where does Alien Head rest his head? Dude's got a little condo in New York City. Very nice. Alien Head. And you know what? I agree. If you can't handle the volatility, if you don't want to deal with the ups and downs of crypto, defense stocks, gold itself, some diversified ETFs, these are all great ways to reduce the risk, reduce the volatility, and stabilize a portfolio when uncertainty is ahead. Now, if you can deal with the volatility, okay, I do think that these are excellent times to take action in terms of buying some of the riskier assets. I don't think that the United States essentially spirals into abyss. I don't think that this is the end of the greatest nation on this planet. I don't think the United States is over. Therefore, I believe the markets here, I believe the crypto here, I believe all of the assets here will rise again in value. And I am willing to go through the volatility. Maybe not willing to go through some of the volatility in some of the extremely risky meme coins, but I am willing to add some of them, and I am willing to add layer 1s, layer 2s, stuff like that to the portfolio to take advantage of the bounce back. New York City is my second home. Mars is the first one. That's where we get the name Alien Head. Brian says, have you heard anything on Travel Pete? Last fall, I was talking with a team on X. They add me, but now they just stopped talking to me. Brian, I have not heard anything on Travel Pete in a while, man. I haven't actually even looked at my staking rewards on Travel Pete. I think a lot of projects right now are not like going rogue or whatever, but I think a lot of projects, dude, they cannot deal with the pressure. They cannot deal with the fear in the market, and they don't know what to do. So the same could be said for me, right? And I get it, right? It's not very lucrative to come on and live stream every day. It's not very lucrative to continue posting videos every single day. There's a lot of things that could be changed in a time when nobody is buying anything and nobody's excited about anything. But, dude, there's a certain aspect of it, too, where you got to push through. One of the articles that I was reading this morning and doing a video on it for Shiba Inu Coin said, and I don't know how they worded it, but, major Shiba Inu Coin influencers or something like that have dried up and disappeared. They stopped talking about it. And I don't know who they're referring to, right? Because clearly I have continued to post Shiba Inu Coin videos every day. But it is true, man. People pack up and leave when times get tough. Whatever. Times get tough, the tough gets going. I don't know what the saying is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And it is very hard to push through. But, dude, pushing through like that, it shows you some resilience. If I gave up every time something didn't work out, I would have given up a long time ago. And who the heck knows where I would be, right? That's not just talking about YouTube. You've got to persevere. You've got to push through. And you've got to, at least do it for yourself, man. Know that you're willing to push through. But right now, I think a lot of people, Brian, are giving up. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be gone forever. I'm sure when times are good, they're going to come back. Oh, we never went anywhere. We were cooking. We were in the kitchen cooking during that bear market time. We were working hard behind the scenes. That'd be a lot of crap that you see from the Shiba Inu Coin ecosystem team, right? Oh, when everybody else was afraid and running away, we were cooking hard behind the scenes and really got something good up our sleeves coming up next. So, yeah, man, I don't know. You can judge a book by its cover, which clearly everybody does, and you can judge a book by what's written on its pages, man. And if those pages are blank and they tell you they were cooking in the kitchen, they probably weren't. Wouldn't XRP's private ledger have to be merged with a public ledger? Lonnie, I do not know. I have no idea, man. I don't know enough about XRP's ledger or this ISO, whatever that number is, 2022, 222. I really don't know what XRP would have to do in order to comply with that. Tesla will see $177 volatility, I believe higher 177, so I will be buying then, but we will see. I will stand by my Bitcoin prediction. Things are a little crazy right now. Is your Bitcoin prediction mid-60s? I forget what your Bitcoin prediction was. See, mine's 70, man. Mine is 70. That's where my line's at, and that's where I will not mind at all buying a Bitcoin. But, right? That is based on previous price action, and that's based on historical information. Clearly, things could get a lot worse. They could get a lot better tomorrow, too. So, it's funny. If I believe it's going to 70, am I really, what am I doing by giving myself essentially a 15% better entry than just jumping in right now? I could deal with a 15% decline, but I'm sitting here, I'm holding out a little bit before I add a bunch of Bitcoin, but my Bitcoin prediction is about 70. But that doesn't mean that we're going to hit 70 right now. We could double top like we did in 2021, and Bitcoin could rise again, and go back up to 120,000 before we ever see 70. 70 would essentially be the minimum I would expect based on historical price performance. I did buy a little Bitcoin, still waiting on the big drop. I will get into Tesla when it goes down as well. Yeah, man, Tesla just doesn't make sense to me. I honestly believe, and I'm not trying to start any controversy between anybody, but I honestly believe Tesla is getting hit politically right now. A lot of people just upset with Elon Musk for some reason. I can't fathom it. I don't understand it. I'm not going to sit here and try and figure it out or anything like that. But I believe Tesla is essentially being taken political prisoner right now and being beat half to death. But I don't think that it's anything against Tesla, right? I don't think it's anything against the company. I think it's everything against Elon Musk. So Tesla to me is a decent buy. But like Alienhead says, I don't know where these people are going to end the fear. So I don't know when the price bottoms out. I don't know what the bottom is. I just know that the fear will end at some point, and we will see much, much higher prices than we have in the moment. Absolutely correct. People need to understand to invest what they are willing to lose. This market is primed for buying if one can stand the volatility. Oh, yeah, dude. And it's hard, though, right? It is hard. I watch my money move around, and it does trigger an emotion because it's money that I've, worked for. It's money that I consider I've earned that money. And it's difficult when you look at your investment portfolio, when you look at anything like that, and you see the numbers going up and down. It's like, dang it, dude. That's not $100. That's what I worked for today. That was an entire day's worth of work. That's, if you justify it in those terms, you do become emotionally attached to it. And you can be much more, I guess, willing to fall victim to that emotion and sell. So I don't know what the answer is. I guess the answer for me, I'm just a little bit numb to it at the moment. I've been doing it for a very long time, and you kind of do lose an emotional, it becomes like an emotional detachment to it. If it's just been in your portfolio for long enough and you've watched the numbers go up and down, you do become desensitized to it, which could be a good thing. Obviously, it could be a bad thing, but I don't know how to overcome that fear without, it's just time-induced desensitization to it. My prediction was higher lows in 75 and lower highs at 65. Yeah, that coincides close enough with what I'm thinking in the lower 70s. That coincides just fine with where I'm at. 65 is a little aggressive to me on the downside, but what the heck's the difference? 65 and 70. And I say, obviously there's $5,000 difference, right? But what is the difference, man? Bitcoin can so easily move 5-6% in a day that it's almost like, dude, there is no difference. In one day's normal volatility for Bitcoin, trying to time it on like a 5-6% swing, what does it matter if you get it at a day's difference? What are your expectations after tomorrow? I don't even know what happens tomorrow, man. We got some big news coming up tomorrow. It's very hard, but money is a verb. It will do what you have it do. This is true. So one has to take emotion out of the equation. Listen to the signals and not the noise. Yeah, and people cannot do that, though, right? They don't view money as money. They view money as labor. They view money as their security. They view money as, their life's choices. Dude, it's genius, though, right? I don't know where that sort of reliance was formed or this opinion on money was formed. If you think about the dollar, dude, the dollar's not that old. It really isn't that old. But people all over the world have been like so hyper focused and taught that you need to essentially worship this money and that it's the most important thing out there. If they thought the same way about Bitcoin would probably be $20 million a coin right now, or more, right? I don't know what $20 million a coin gets you, but if the dollar went to dust and Bitcoin is what we trust, look at this poem that's coming out here, it would be just astronomical in value. So I don't know the psychology behind why money has such a pull on people as it does. How did they form a reliance, and how did they get so much trust into a piece of paper that is literally backed by nothing other than people's willingness to accept it as value? There's less value in a US dollar than there is in a Bitcoin, in a public ledger, in a decentralized, there's so much less trust that you would have to have for a decentralized system to work correctly than the corruption and greed and lies of humans to run a US dollar. It's crazy to me. There's so much reliance. Come here, baby. Hey, good baby. Get back. You come here. Hey. I'm right here. Come here. You can't meow like that and then not come give me a hug. Get over here. Get over here, good baby. Come on. Dang it. You guys hear my cat meow like that? I should get a meow like that and then not come over. Come here, baby. Right here. Yeah, come here. You gonna make me come over there and get you? You come over here. Come on. Come here. I'm gonna go get you. I think she's probably looking for the other cat. The other cat's sleeping in the bedroom. Let's see. Do you think Ripple versus the SEC will go to the Supreme Court? According to Paul Atkins, that's a possibility. Do you think Ripple will pay some type of settlement? Dude, I always think it's... And I don't know. They're talking about a lot of money, right? Settling is probably easier. The lawyers will probably not want to settle. The lawyers, this is their paycheck. They're making their life-changing wealth, litigating this case. They don't care about the outcome. They simply care about how long can we keep this litigation going, knowing that we're making $50 million a year. Clearly, you would want your $50 million a year paycheck to last as long as possible. So I highly doubt that the lawyers are willing to settle or anything like that. One of the most highly litigated cases, and clearly it's their bank. But so I think they'll probably take it to the Supreme Court as opposed to settling. Kind of an all or nothing, but the lawyers get paid either way. Hey, on X, I just seen an ad for Happy Gilmore 2 will be out on July 25th. I did not see the ad, but I did see it trending on X today. And yes, Brian, do you know if you made the cut? Like, do you know if you're in the movie for sure or not? Very excited for Happy Gilmore to come out. Also, do you know, is it like Netflix only? Is it a Netflix release, or is it going to theaters, or what's the deal, Brian? I'm excited to see it, man. I want to see it in the movie. Should have dumped XRP at 350. Kyle, yes. Okay, everybody should have dumped Shiba Inu Coin at 3,300 points per coin. Should have dumped Bitcoin at 109,000. Everybody should have done that. Here's the thing, though. It's always easy to say that, looking back and talking about the recent highs and all of it. There is a different strategy, though, okay? And I am much more willing on some of the tokens that I have. Some of the smaller tokens, yeah, sure, I should have dumped Trump at $70 and bought back into it. My meme coins, I have no problem selling my meme coins. But, dude, if you look at Bitcoin, for example, you can look at Ethereum, you can look at all of that. There's guys out there that when Bitcoin ran up to $1,000 back in like 2013 and then fell back down to 300, there's a lot of guys out there saying, "Oh my God, dude, I should have dumped my Bitcoin at $1,000. I should have sold it. Should have sold it at 1,000." There's dudes out there that are glad they sold their Bitcoin at $80 a coin. $80, dude, not 80,000. $80. There's dudes out there that are happy they sold their Bitcoin for $10, right? So all of that being said, you know, maybe you should have sold your XRP at 350. But maybe 5 years from now, XRP's at $30. XRP's at 35. XRP's at 80. I have no idea how big this industry is going to grow. I believe it will be in the tens of trillions of dollars. Okay? And yeah, that's about a 5x increase across the board. Bitcoin would be at about $500,000. Ethereum, you know, would be what? Almost 10 grand. So $10 trillion, there's a lot of wealth to be created. Roughly $7.5 trillion worth of wealth to be created. And I don't think we're relatively far off from those levels being hit. As a matter of fact, I don't think it would be impossible to hit a $10 trillion valuation during this bull market cycle. But if we're focused on trading, you're absolutely right. Should have sold at 350. Now, analyze the chart, man. Look at the emotion. Look at the fear and greed. Fear and greed is an excellent indicator that we probably should have sold when we came back out of a very greedy situation or an extremely greedy situation. You know, you look at this here, and I don't know. I don't know how you would want to look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. You look at the situation here, man. We peaked out in greed back at the end of November, beginning of December, right? You don't know, of course, that's the peak or not. So you got to look at a crossover or so on. End of December, I don't know. There's literally like 4 days in December. We come back down into a neutral situation or a fearful situation right here. This could have been a great time to sell. We're transitioning from greed into fear. Now, of course, it plays out great on here. But, yeah, man, if you're trying to trade, you've got to find your indicator that tells you now is the time to sell. And if you would have sold, let's just put it on January 1st, right, so that we know where we can look. If you would have sold January 1st on Bitcoin, it would have been fearful, right? Prices were coming back down, but you would have sold your Bitcoin. What is that number? $93,000, almost $94,000. If you would have been looking at XRP, January 1st, man. You would have sold. Yeah, basically right where you're at right now, $2.30. So, fear and greed coming back down a little bit, fear setting in. You would have been out. You would have missed out on this, but you would have been right where you're at right now at break even. A lot of support on XRP at $2 per coin. So watch out for that. If that gets broken, we might be all the way back down to $1.30. But nonetheless, man, if you're trading, you can kick yourself. If you're holding, you just got to deal with it. And I have both strategies, right? I don't mind holding a lot of these coins forever. What does it matter? Let's just see what they turn into. $1 million, $0. Let's go. But some of the other coins I am trading. I wouldn't mind selling meme coins. I wouldn't mind getting out of that stuff and, going from there. But it's all in your strategy, man. Let's see. Clearbro, the market is down. Is it just because of manipulation, but because of fear? So, Cha-Cha, man, I think a lot of the manipulation happening right now is fear. Like fear-mongering, man. I think that they are trying to make you afraid. Now, I'm not trying to start a political discussion or anything like that, but let's look at the difference, right? We were in an actual recession, by the definition, a couple of years ago, as inflation was running wild, 9%, but the media, the White House, everybody was telling you that, well, we're going to change the definition of a recession so that you don't think we're in one. We're going to promote good news. Everything is going just great right now. You don't have to worry. Literally, man, we had 4 major banks fail. These were the banking system here in the United States failed with 4 major banks dying. I believe it was back in 2022. Oh, you have nothing to worry about. Don't worry. Don't take your money out of the bank. The banking system, the financial system here in the United States is the strongest it's ever been, and it's the strongest in the world. Now, right, we've got some uncertainty around these tariffs, and everywhere you read, everybody that has a platform is trying to fear you into believing we're on the brink of economic collapse. There's a big difference in the way stories are being reported right now, and I think that's the manipulation. I don't think that people go out there and there's this big red button or this big green button, and there's some guy pressing it 24 hours a day. Down, 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 candle down, 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 candle down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down. I don't think there's some guy out there manipulating prices that way, but I do think they manipulate our emotions on a daily basis, man. I really do. All right, bros, I have to go get busy. Lots of meetings to get to. Stay positive, breathe, stay hydrated. Absolutely alien head. Thank you very much for being in here, by the way. Jerome Powell talks tomorrow. We got an interest rate decision? 318. Let's see what we got. We do. We got an interest rate decision tomorrow. Dang. No change expected. Interest rates expected to stay steady at 4.5%. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what he has that he could say that would be bad tomorrow. Inflation is coming back down. Came down more than expected. I think the data that he's going to be able to quote, I think that data is good. I think it's what they want it to be doing. As far as I know, and I don't know the latest jobs numbers, so as far as I know, unemployment and employment is fine right now. I cannot picture a scenario where he would actually have something bad to discuss. So, like, at the worst, he should say that his plan is going to remain the same. cut interest rates maybe twice throughout 2025. But the market already knows that that's what he said. So I don't think that he's going to be able to shock the market unless he's shocking it to the upside. Now, with that being said as well, dude, everybody hates every time Jerome Powell opens his mouth. So, I mean, it could definitely be bad news. But I can't understand. I can't go in my mind how he would be able to shock, or why he would be able to shock the market to the downside. Hey, still down over 400,000 on AMC, $20 average. Do you think this ever gets back to 20 or my toast? Excellent question, Ricky. As long as Adam Aaron, because $20 is a heavy increase from where we're at, as long as Adam Aaron can dilute the stock, I do not think that he will allow it to go up to $20 per share. I do not. We have seen him. We know his track record, and I believe that he would dilute it if AMC got up to $6 a share. I think he would come in there and he would wreck investors again, taking advantage and diluting the stock. So, do I think, like, personally, AMC can get there? Yeah, dude. You know, we've been beaten down ridiculously. AMC is lower now than it has ever been before. I mean, AMC is worse now, the stock-wise. AMC is worse now than it was during the lockdown lows, man. Like, you look at this. This is a weekly chart. Lockdown lows. Dude, you're talking about AMC touching... I don't know what this price is. My line keeps disappearing. You're talking about AMC touching like $15, man. Like, that's the lockdown low. Now we're down here because Adam Aaron has literally destroyed this company to $3. So, yeah, dude, do I think that AMC can get back to this level right here? This is relatively low. This is as bad as it was during the bottom of the pandemic, man. I mean, take Adam Aaron out of the equation, and you've got a thriving company. I don't know when he took over AMC, but I don't know when he became CEO of AMC, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was in this area right here, man. 2015, 2017. I mean, look what happens after. Dude has destroyed the company. So, yes, I think that AMC can get back to its lockdown lows, but you've got to remove the plague. You've got to remove the disease. And the disease is Adam Aaron. So, I mean, that's not very optimistic saying that, as Adam Aaron is in charge of AMC, and you're wanting it to go back up. But I don't think it's impossible, man. Some of these guys, they just run the company into the ground. Instead of making AMC a profitable business, and exciting people to go to the movies and all of that, the dude has just ran it into the ground and uses investor money to run the business and run the company, as opposed to increasing revenue and decreasing costs. In the same sense, man, you know, if the business is not profitable, it's not a good business. It shouldn't still be out there. I believe that for AMC or any other business for that matter. Right? If you're not running a business, if you're not self-sustainable, I mean, business has to close, dude. So, yeah, Ricky, I mean, I don't know if that's, like, too blunt or what, because that's a lot of money, right? And I'm not trying to downplay, I'm not trying to downplay your savings and all of that, but that's the way that I view it, man. That's the way that I view it. I don't think that Adam Aaron is fit to run AMC. He's just destroyed it. Hey, likes to stretch out his explanation. Yeah, Giovanni, I do sometimes, man. I don't know. Sometimes I like it to be, especially when you ask a question, I don't want to be like, Ricky, no. I don't think it's going back to $20. I think that's kind of like a rude explanation. Yeah, Brian. Okay, great. It's gonna be Happy Gilmore is gonna launch on July 25th. Great. I don't know. It's just on Netflix for now. I'm in the movie. Last night, I text Sandler asking him if he wants me to come to do my voiceover, but he said mine's good, so that tells me that I'm in the movie. Nice, Brian. I don't think it would cut me. I've known him for 20 years. I like it, and I do hope that you're not cut. Which I don't know, man. I don't know if it's his choice or not to do the final edit. So I'm excited to see it, Brian. I think that's gonna be awesome. Banks failed. That's why huge possibility Ripple will be a bank. My only setback with that, Giovanni, is I don't think that we will ever give up. I think that people are, it's not even like pride. I don't think that people are willing to give up that control. But Ripple is centralized. So there is a possibility, right? The same way that politicians are in bed with Wall Street and the entire financial industry, the same way that they're in bed with all of these pharmaceutical companies, they could get in bed with Ripple and XRP. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That, to me, is a possibility. But when you look at something like a decentralized crypto, like a Bitcoin or whatever you want to put in there, I do not think that they will ever make all of their transactions public. I don't think that they will ever make their ledgers public. I don't think that they will ever make their wallets public. I don't think that they will give the American people access to the American people's money, right? I should know how my money is being spent. There should be some checks and balances there other than the crap that's been going on. And I can go create an NGO right now. I can apply for U.S. aid. I can get $1 million a year to study raccoons in my backyard and never study a single raccoon. You know, I think that there's a lot going on that they would never want uncovered that a true cryptocurrency would uncover. But like I say, man, you know, if they're in bed with all the pharmaceuticals, if they're in bed with all the big banks, if they're in bed with all of the business, they can get in bed with XRP as well. And, you know, that is a definite possibility that blockchain technology, centralized blockchain technology, does become the government's go-to. Who's watching Bloomberg? I haven't watched Bloomberg or really read off Bloomberg in a very long time. Let's see. Why is Kathy Wood saying we are in a bull market? Jason, I agree that we are in a bull market right now, okay? And a lot of people have definitions of bull market that kind of supersede price action, which is why I'm so confused about the price action right now. So a lot of people define, and I don't know what Kathy Wood's definition of a bull market is, but a lot of people define bull market as a scenario where earnings, well, let's get to earnings separate, but inflation and interest rates are low, okay? Not only low, but essentially declining. So right now, inflation, relatively low. I think it's like 2.8%. Target, yes, is 2%, but inflation is falling. So good news there. You can't be in a bull market during 9% inflation like we had. Interest rates are still relatively high compared to where they've been. We've only had a few rate cuts. So if you're looking at that part of it, that's the only key that I would say is kind of teetering on the edge. Bull to bear, bull to bear. Interest rates are still high. They're falling right now, which we're going in the correct direction. So, I mean, if you want to make an argument that we're in a bear market or we're not quite in a bull market, I'll agree with you. That's fine. Interest rates should be your argument if that's the case. Earnings. As far as I know, earnings are rising right now. Companies are profitable, and they are making more money than they did last year. So all of the fundamental factors essentially point to the fact that we are in a bull market. We've got companies growing. We have got interest rates that are falling, and we've got inflation that is falling. So it is a good scenario, but we've also got prices that are falling. And I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think that the fear that is causing the prices to fall, I think it's manufactured. Okay? I don't think people should be as afraid as they are of the tariffs. And that's what everybody's pointing to. I don't think it leads to economic collapse, man. So I think the fear that's driving the price low is essentially manufactured. Therefore, I'm in a very weird situation. I think that, fundamentally we're sound, but like technically with the price, we're not, which is why I don't mind buying at the moment. But like I say, I don't know why Kathy Wood's saying it. I don't know her analysis on it. Hero, you're a hero for all men who hold Lunk. OG Lunk Guardians. I hope to be a hero for everybody who owns any cryptocurrency. I mean that. And not in the sense that, like, you guys need to, follow me because I know exactly what to do or anything like that. No. I truly want, whether you guys own meme coins, whether you guys own Bitcoin, XRP, Picoin, Terra Luna Classic, whatever it is, I want these prices to rise, okay? I want this crypto industry to grow into the tens of trillions of dollars. I want the volatility to settle down a little bit, and I want this stigma around crypto to stop being for drug dealers and gamblers and, illegal Korean hackers and just the nonsense that has been pounded into people's minds over the last 10 years. I mean, I don't know what it was like when the dollar came out and people had to move over from bartering to a currency. And of course, people were probably, I imagine people were still bartering in the United States, trading your raccoon skin hats for, I don't know, some candy down at the local store, whatever the bartering may have been back there. But I imagine there was some skepticism about a little piece of paper that said 1 on it. The heck is 1, man? I just know that 3 pieces of candy is worth a raccoon skin hat. I could give you a turkey and you can make me a shirt. How do you value a turkey and a shirt? Well, okay, let's say a turkey's 5 cents and a shirt's 5 cents. Okay, well, all right. Maybe a horse is worth 5 shirts. So now a horse is worth 50 cents. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, there had to be a lot of skepticism around, dollars when they were new. There's a lot of skepticism around crypto since it's new. All of that's going to fade, though, guys. Go outside today. Go drive down the road. I don't know what it's like where you guys are. How can you still can't get your Wepe? Why? What does it say when you try to get your Wepe, Pudgy? Drive down the road. Retail is dead. I mean, brick and mortar stores are done. You drive down the road, and it's almost like if you've got a bunch of more brick and mortar stores, 90% of them are dying out. Nobody's there. They're closing up shop. We are going into a digital age. Now, whether that happens in the next 5 years, in the next 50 years, it's going to be no different than people riding horse and buggies to drive in cars, man. The brick and mortar stores are going to be very few and far between. It's going to be retro to go to the store and get something. You can see the death and decay happening in retail stores. I'm sure it is like plaguing markets around you guys too. Everything will be digital. People will not carry a dollar bill in their pocket. They'll be asking, Grandpa, you used to carry dollar bills? Yeah, we had a piece of paper that said this was my money. What happened if somebody took that piece of paper? Well, you just lost it then. That's why robbers were able to go out there and take your money from it. Dude, it's going to be all digital. It is. Brick and mortar, dying out. Tangible, dying. It's all going to be intangible. It is. Like Forbes better than Bloomberg. Pepe Coins, there you go. Pudgy, do you have enough Ethereum in your wallet to claim? I mean, that is a good question. I don't know if it's like timing out on him or if it's a gas issue. He should have enough Ethereum, dude. Gas is pretty low right now with the small amount of people trading. But I would like to know. I would like to get to the bottom of that. He should be able to claim. Or stake. Maybe he's got to unstake and then claim. I'm not exactly sure if he was staking his cryptocurrency or staking his Wepe or not. But, yeah, dude, Wepe is down to like 48 points per coin or 49 points per coin today. It's ridiculous, man. I need one good day to see Wepe bounce, man. I need one good day to see Wepe bounce. Because actually, you know, it's not that far off because Ethereum is down about 50% from where it was at, too. So, Ethereum's down. I'm down about 60% on my Wepe right now. I may just trade it back for Ethereum if it gets a nice little bounce. Even if I lose money on Wepe, I still own more Ethereum than I used to buy the Wepe. It's just the fact that Ethereum is down as well. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Absolutely, man. Crypto Seniors, we're talking today. Had some good news. Good. We need good news. Let's see. Jimmy the Lip, I actually do not know why it would have fallen, why it didn't fall harder yesterday than it would today. It seems like the overall market's falling harder today than it did yesterday, so maybe that's why Pepe did the same thing. Guys, it is 1 o'clock. Get your names in the chat. We're going to do some shout-outs. I will not be live streaming tomorrow, just to let you guys know. We'll resume on Thursday. Going to get a lot of videos done. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow afternoon, so we're going to take care of all of that. And obviously videos, watch them. If you guys have not downloaded Best Wallet, please, you're going to click on that link in the description or the pinned comment up there. I can post that link again. You guys have no idea how much it's going to help if you use that link right there to download Best Wallet. You guys don't necessarily have to use it. Go test it out, see if you like it, take a look at the overall interface, all of that stuff. But you guys will help me immensely if you just download the app. It's going to pull you up to the Google Play or the Apple App Store. This is what you're going to see. All you got to do is click download. All right? It doesn't cost anything. Doesn't have you guys do anything. But trying to work with these guys, get a deal going on with them. And I know if 24 of you guys in here downloaded it, that would be absolutely incredible. And, it's a free app, right? It's no different than Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, all of that stuff. So make sure to check it out. You guys, beyond, because views are very low right now. I need something going on. And share it with you. Dude, if you share it with your family and friends, you send it to your brother, send it to your sister. Got to be through that link, though, right? It's got to be through that link so they know they Claybro generated the marketing and all of that. I love when opportunities like this come up because, you don't have to spend anything. So it's beneficial for everybody. And if you share it with your mom, download it on your girlfriend's phone, all of that stuff, it will help me more than you possibly know. Let's do some shout-outs, and we will be back. My tablet wasn't compatible with Best Wallet. Joseph, it's all right, man. It's all right. Joseph, you can still share it with your family and friends if you want to. Got to be through that link. But either way, man, they'll probably become compatible with tablets and all of that as they upgrade the apps and all that. Joseph, have a great day, man. Pudgy, hopefully we can figure out what's going on with being able to claim Wepe and all that. Joseph, Jason, see you later. Genji, have a great one. Pudgy, see you later, man. Jason, Jimmy the Lip, have a great one. OG, Loot Guardians, enjoy your day, man. Jason, see you later. Joseph, Gorilla, glad to see Gorillas in here. Joseph, Jimmy the Lip, Joseph, all of you guys, you know what time it is. You want to say it with me, say it with me. Till the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.